Hey, I'm Jesse Hunt with Unofficial. We're a web design and digital marketing agency located in downtown Memphis. Since 2002, I've been helping Mid-South businesses just like yours improve their websites and find more customers on the internet. Today, I'm going to perform a video website audit on your website that'll show you some areas for improvement that might be hurting your business. The entire audit will take 15 to 20 minutes and should leave you substantially more informed about what's working and what's not working so well on your website. I hope you'll find the audit informative and that you'll keep me in mind if you ever need some help working on your existing website or building a new one. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's get started.
All right, Danny, so here we are on the home page of your website, and what I'd like to do is just take a minute, click through the different pages on your website, make a few observations here as we go through it. From there, we'll look at some things that Google tells us about your website, and then we'll come back to your website and look at a few behind-the-scenes things to get a better handle on what's happening from a technical standpoint with your website. So when I land on your website, the first thing I notice, this picture here, Memphis Business Journal, pictures of downtown, that kind of thing. I think that's good. You're a Memphis company, so it's good to kind of set the scene as being here in Memphis. I also noticed this logo that you've got, which I know when you responded to my email, you told me that you have a new logo, which I think is good. Your new logo, in my opinion at least, is definitely looks nicer than the old logo, so good job there. I think getting that integrated into the website will help the overall look and professionalism of the website for sure. As I scroll down, I notice you've got this little who we are blurb and what we do, list some of your services here. I think that's good. You've got a testimonial section, but there's nothing there. I think that probably needs to be fleshed out. If you're going to have a section for testimonials, you probably need to have something there. And then you've got the Contact Us section, which, interestingly, I see you're at 88 Union Center, which is interesting to me because that's right across the street from me. I'm at 73 Union, and so I can actually look out my window and see 88 Union Center. So we're neighbors. Didn't realize that. Down here at the bottom, I see copyright 2013, which implies that your website's pretty old. I'd say at the very least you want to update that copyright date and make it look a little newer to folks that are on the website, so that even if the website's not updated, it still gives the impression that it's at least fairly current. And as I click through here, we'll go to company. This takes us to an about page. Actually, you know what? Before I move on, back to the home page. One other observation here: you need more text on the home page. Google doesn't understand these rotating pictures. They don't understand, images and all that. Google's looking for text. Give Google lots of text, and Google will send you lots of traffic. If you don't give Google lots of text, Google's not going to give you much in the way of traffic. So if you're looking for more visitors coming to your website, you definitely need more text on your home page. I would encourage you to try to get more than 500 words on the home page, and just by looking at this and taking a guess, I'd say you'd be lucky if you've got over 120 words on this page. So definitely need substantially more text. All right, sorry, back to the company page. So same feedback here. Your About Us page, I think, needs some additional content as well. You got one paragraph here. Certainly you guys can think up more than a paragraph about the company, talk about company history and why you and Stephanie are in the business, and kind of what got you there and how you've evolved through the years. I don't know. I mean, you can put some thought into that, or get a professional copywriter to help you create some text if you need some help with that. But the more text you've got on these pages, the better you're going to do in the search engines. I do like that you've got your contact information on every page. Google really likes to see that contact information is consistent across your website and your local listings with Google, and also with other websites across the internet. So here in a minute we'll take a look and we'll make sure that this is consistent with the rest of the internet, but I think that's good. Also like that you've got this get a free consultation form, but I think on your home page you should really have that form on the home page, and it should really be up here near the top. So when somebody lands on your home page, if they already know that they're wanting to get in touch with you, that they don't have to look around and try to figure out how to contact you. There's just a request a quote form on every single page, or request a consultation form on every single page of the website. All right, so we'll click over to legal services, and I was looking at this earlier, and I think this page is a real problem. So you go to legal services, and it's coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. So really, it's hard to even get a feel for what it is that you guys do, and certainly if I'm having a hard time getting a feel for what it is that you do, Google will definitely have a hard time figuring out what you do. So I suspect that Google's sending you very little traffic because you're not giving Google a whole lot to work with here. Definitely think that you should add more text to this page, probably add some pictures, and then I would actually recommend that you break out these different sub-services, so scanning and copying, the medical records processing, the paralegal services. Give each one of those a sub-page under legal services, and then add content about each one of those. So the more pages you create, the more content you create that's specific to those different keywords, the better the likelihood you're going to show up in Google, the better the likelihood that you're going to be able to get more traffic from the search engines and ultimately more business from your website. Copying, scanning services, same deal here. Coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. On this one, your left sidebar is blank. So there's a lot of content needs to be added to the website. I think, take your whatever your sub pages or sub services under this copying and scanning and probably make those sub pages. Much like we talked about under legal services. Finally, we'll click over to contact us, and this page looks pretty good to me. I don't have a whole lot of critique here. Generally, you don't need a ton of content on a contact us page. So, all right. So next up here, I've got a tab already open. This is a tool that Google provides to website developers. It's called the Mobile Friendly Test, and as you can see, I've already put in your website address here and run the test, so we didn't have to sit here and wait on it to run. Google wants to see that websites are mobile friendly, that they're easy to use on mobile devices, that they look as good on an iPhone as they do on a computer, that you don't have to pinch and zoom in order to read the text, and that the buttons are easy to click without accidentally going to the wrong page. As you can see here, Google says your website is not mobile friendly. They say that your text is too small to read, your mobile viewport's not set, and your links are too close together. So I would highly recommend that you fix that. Back in April of 2015, Google announced they were going to start showing preference to websites that are mobile friendly, and they kind of doubled down on that in April of 2016 when they got even more aggressive with that. So this is almost certainly hurting your rankings in your search engines, not to mention any visitors that manage to get to your website anyway on a mobile device aren't receiving an optimal experience here. So a lot of traffic's using mobile devices these days, iPads, iPhones, Android devices. You definitely want to have your website set up so that it caters to those visitors, and that'll help you to convert those visitors into customers, but also it'll help you to do better in the search engine rankings as well. All right, while I got this tab open here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to search, we're going to search more imaging company, more imaging company Memphis, TN. All right, so this is exactly what I was hoping it would show me, this local listing over here on the right. So that worked exactly as I hoped it would. Now, interestingly here, it says, it's got this link, you see that says own this business. This implies that you've never claimed this listing. So it's never had your website address added, it's never had a category added, it's never had business hours added, never had pictures added. There's a lot of stuff here that can be done to improve this listing and really beef up your local search engine results. So I would encourage you to claim this listing and do some optimization to improve that listing. So now what I was really wanting to do is compare that to your website. Now, Google wants to see, in my business there's an acronym, it's NAP, N-A-P. It stands for name, address, and phone number. And Google wants to see that your NAP information, your name, address, and your phone number is perfectly consistent on your website, on your Google local listing, and then all the other websites across the internet that talk about your business. So what I'm doing here is comparing what's on your website to what's in your Google listing. Your website calls your business More Imaging Company. Now, Google calls you More Imaging Co. LLC. So that's an inconsistency. That's a problem that needs to be fixed. Address. Your website says your address is 88 Union Center, Suite 1150, Memphis TN 38103. Google says your address is 88 Union Avenue. There's no suite number, and then Memphis TN 38103. So Again, that's another inconsistency, another thing that'll mess you up in the search engine rankings, and something that you definitely need to fix. Interestingly, your address is actually, I mean, you're in Union Center, 88 Union Center building, but your address is actually 88 Union Avenue, I believe. So that probably needs to be fixed on your website. Back to your local listing. All right, so one more thing. On your website here, you've got the phone number is 901-343-6161. And on Google, they've got your phone number is 901-249-4229. So yet again, another inconsistency, another problem that needs to be fixed. And that problem probably goes on through all of your Yellow Pages listings and all that kind of stuff. So we'll just pick one and click on it here. So like this one shows this 249 number, which is different than your website. So again, an inconsistency here. This one shows 88 Union Avenue, Suite 105. So basically, we need to make sure that all of your name, address, and phone number information is consistent on all these different listings. So on your the Yellow Pages, the Google listing, all these directories. And so the way that you do that is you go out, you put together a spreadsheet, and you start Googling yourself every way you can think of. Google your phone number, Google your address, Google your business name. Add all those listings to a spreadsheet, and then go through and look at them and list in that spreadsheet what's wrong with each listing. And then you have to manually contact each one of these websites and begin requesting that they update your listing to correct your information. So that's something we do an awful lot of around here. It is a lot of work, but it's worth the while, because it can really have a profound effect on your search engine rankings. So I would encourage you to do that. All right, so next up here, what I try to do, I try to put myself in the shoes of one of your potential customers and said, if I was looking for the services that Danny provides, what would I type into Google? And just based on what I found on your website, I came up with a few different search phrases that I tried. The first one here, I did Memphis Medical Records Processing. Is that right? Memphis? Yeah, Memphis Medical Records Processing, which I found right here in your What We Do section on your website. So as we scroll down through the Google results, you'll see some job listings, all these Indeed. The first 4 listings all come from Indeed, and then we've got Career Builder. Long story short, as we scroll down through here, you're not showing up at all on the first page of those search results. So if you want more medical records processing customers in the Memphis area, there's some work that needs to be done in order to optimize your website for those keywords and to make you show up there. Next, I searched Memphis Paralegal Services. Here, Google showed this local listing for the Weber Paralegal Firm. That's because Google thinks they're the most reputable resource for that particular key phrase. So I would think that your goal here should be to try to make Google think that you're every bit as reputable as the Weber Paralegal Firm, so that instead of showing this one listing, that Google would instead show 3 results up here with a map listing above it. That would result in a whole lot more traffic to your website. But as we scroll down then through these results here, again, we see the Weber Paralegal Firm, but you're not showing up at all on the first page for that particular search result. So I think that's a missed opportunity. Next here, we've got Memphis Trial Services. Again, we're just kind of moving kind of quick, but you're not showing up on the first page at all for Memphis Trial Services. Again, probably a missed opportunity. Memphis Archiving Services. Scroll down through here, there are a number of competitors showing up, but you're not showing up at all on the first page. Next, I did Document Management Service Memphis. That actually was a suggested keyword. As I started typing, Google recommended that one, so I decided to search it as well. And once again, you're not showing up at all on the first page there. So I did one more search, Memphis Process Servers, and so here's a map result, and some of your competitors here showing up in the 3 map listings here. I would think that one of your goals should probably be to optimize the website to show up in these map results. And then as we scroll down through this first page of Google's organic listings here, you're not showing up at all there. So I was not able to find other than searching specifically for your business name, I was not able to find a single keyword phrase that Google shows your business for. I think that's a massive problem. I think you're missing out on a huge opportunity to get a lot of new business there. And so there's some improvement that needs to be done both on your website as well as off your website on other websites in order to correct those search engine rankings and be able to get you more traffic to your website. So here we are back on your website. I want to look at a couple more things. First one, I've got this little widget here installed on my computer. Let me enable it and then refresh this page real quick. So this little widget is called the Google Tag Assistant. This scans your website and tells me if you have any Google tags installed. And as you can see, it shows that you have 0 tags installed right here. That's a problem. I was really hoping to see a tag called Google Analytics on your website. Google Analytics tracks your visitors to your website. It tells you how many visitors are coming to the website, where they're coming from. So are they coming from Facebook or Google or the Better Business Bureau or somewhere else like that? It tells you what they're doing while they're on your website. So what pages are they looking at? And then, like what page did they leave the website from? So did they ultimately go to your contact us page and fill out a contact form and then leave? Or did they land on your homepage and immediately bail and go somewhere else? So Google Analytics is a really good tool. It provides really good data to be able to understand whether or not your website's generating a good return on investment. And I would highly encourage you to add it to your website. And I've got one more tool installed here on my on my browser that we want to look at for your website real quick. This is called SEO Quake, and this is their page SEO audit, so page search engine optimization audit. And it just scans through your code and gives me a real quick rundown on how everything's been optimized from a search engine standpoint so that I don't have to dig through the code in order to see it. Now we're just going to scan down through here and make a couple quick comments. I won't get too bogged down in the technical stuff, but the first thing I like to look at is a title tag. The title tag is what Google displays at the top of your listing, and you want to have your keywords in the title tag. If you don't have your keywords in the title tag, it hurts you real bad in the search engine results. So your title on your homepage is Home-More Imaging Company LLC. That's not a very good title. You want to have something that includes a keyword in it. So a good title might say something like More Imaging Co. LLC, and then it might say like Memphis Process Server or Memphis Document Services or whatever your number one most important keyword is. You want to have that on your homepage. And then on all the other pages through your website, you want to include title tags that use a different keyword that are specific to the content of that particular page. Your meta description. So meta description is usually the description that Google displays alongside your listing. And this, in my opinion, is not a great meta description. You really want your meta description to be a compelling reason for people to click on your website. So you want to give people a quick, like really short 1-sentence explanation of why they should click on you instead of your competition there. Next, heading tags. Heading tags are a great place to put your keywords if you want to rank well for them in the search engines. And you've got a few heading tags on the website, but they don't include your keywords. You've got More Imaging Company, you've got welcome, who we are, what we do, testimonials, contact us. Your heading tags definitely need some work. Next here, I pointed out earlier that I thought your website needed more text, and this particular audit agrees with that. It says they suggest adding more text to your website. We'll scroll down. Robots.txt is a file that explains to Google what pages they're supposed to be indexing for your website and which pages they're supposed to stay away from. You don't have that. I would encourage you to add that. XML Sitemaps tells Google a full list of all the pages on your website and notifies them anytime that that your website's been updated. You don't have that. You definitely should have an XML sitemap on your website. Your website doesn't specify what language it's written in. Here this talks about Google Analytics, so we talked about that already. And then micro formats. Your website doesn't have micro formats, which is a bit of data that explains to Google what information on your website is very important. So for example, your name, address, and phone number information, you could use micro formats to say, hey Google, this right here is the business name, this right here is the address, and this over here is the phone number. So definitely, I'll wrap this up by saying you've definitely got some things on your website that could use some improvement and that would really improve how well your website performs as a marketing tool for your business, how well you rank in the search engines, and how well you're pulling visitors in and then converting them into customers. So I'll wrap it up there, Danny. I don't want to jabber on too long, take up too much of your time, but I hope you found this interesting. I hope this was informative and something that you'll be able to put to good use for your business. If my ultimate goal here, I want to be a resource for you. I want to earn your trust and ultimately earn your business. I would absolutely love to have a chance to chat with you about improving your website and improving your search engine optimization. And so if you like what you heard here and think we're on the right page and that I've got the right ideas, then I'd love to have a chance to talk to you. So thanks a lot for taking the time to watch the video. If you'd like to give me a call, my cell phone number is 901-491-6490. And if I haven't heard from you in a few days, I'll just touch base, follow up, make sure that you received the email and that you got the videos, and see if you had any questions about it. So thanks a lot for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.